Amazing sight. In November 1963, an amazing event took place in the cold seas far from the northeast of Canada. An underwater volcano erupted off the coast of Iceland. It gave scientists a rare opportunity to see what happens when new land is formed. On and off, the eruption lasted for nearly 4 years with fairly lava flows. Explosions, massive cloud and steam. The black smoke seen for many kilometers. Scientists from all over the world traveled to Iceland to observe the birth of this new landmass. The new island was named Surtsey after Surtur, a Norse god of fire and Iceland mythology. Surtsey offers the world a chance to see offers of nature and work. Earlier on the morning of November 14, 1963, local fishers saw black smoke and steam clouds rising from the ocean. About 30 kilometers off the southern coast of Iceland, the captain of the boat thought at first that it was just another boat on fire. He drew closer to help, however, it was not a boat that was on fire. It was the ocean itself, an underwater volcano had been gradually building almost 120 meters below the ocean waves. All the smoke, fire, and boiling water announced the arrival of volcano's rim as it broke through the ocean's surface. As Surtsey erupted, seawater spilled into the main vent of Cinder Cone. The eruption became more violent as the seawater came into contact with the molten rock, a magma. The captain of the fishing ship reported lava bombs, some the size of small carts, being tossed thousands of meters into the air. Sand landed in the water near his boat. Towering clouds full of rock, cinder, asp, and steam were seen from kilometers. These airborne volcano materials are called tephra. Within approximately 2 hours of Surtsey eruption, dark columns of ash and smoke rose to 3,500 meters at a ratio of 99 meters per second. At one point, the tephra columns skyrocketed nearly 7 kilometers in the sky. At night, the ongoing eruption lit up the sky and could be seen from kilometers. Villagers reported a strong sulfuric odor similar to the smell of rotten eggs, as well as volcanic ash falling like rain onto their homes. It was often difficult to see exactly what was happening due to a thick fog smoke. The steam surrounding the volcano 9 days after Surtsey first erupted. A large explosion created a 39-meter tall mountain that blocked the seawater from rushing into the magma vent. Lava flowed from the cinder cone without any interference from the sea, covered the surface with hard rust as it cooled. Surtsey, the volcano, soon became Surtsey, the island. Within a year of the first eruption, a second eruption on Surtsey formed. Another cinder cone. All eruptions came to a halt in 1967, finally. Surtur 1 and Surtur 2, the two major vents on Surtsey, ceased to erupt and slowly become cone-shaped craters. Surtsey rose to more than 285 meters above the ocean of the floor, about the height of a 60-story building. Nearly 168 meters of the volcano now exists above the surface of the water. This additional height above the ocean allows Surtsey to survive. as an island because the volcano has built up a cone that's large enough to keep the seawater out of its crater. On the course, Surtsey grew over 5 square kilometers. Go upstairs. Surtsey and the main island of Phoebe. Surtsey and the main island of Iceland have much in common. Both were created by a geologic process involving plate tectonics. The theory is that the outermost section of Earth's shifting crust is made up of the plates and move in relation to one another to form new ocean crust, and to simulate volcanic eruptions the Earth is experiencing up for many years. The Earth is a sphere made up for many years. The lithosphere is the rugged outermost layer of the Earth. It includes a crust and uppermost part of the mantle. It is made up of multiple floating plates. These plates are consistently in motion. Some move apart, others move over or under one another, and some plates collide against one another. The atmosphere is the thin part of the Earth right below the lithosphere. It includes parts of the lower mantle. Here's where the answering plates float like puzzle pieces. The area where the island of Ice and Surtsey are located is one of the most volcanically active places on Earth. Both islands straddle the mid-Atlantic range, a volcanic underwater mountain range that stretches nearly to Antarctica. Their two plates met and moved in opposite directions. Volcanic activity is quite common in places where the plates pull apart. Magma forces its way to the surface to flow from vents and then open along in the water tier between the two plates. This process is known as seafloor spreading. The magma starts to cool in contact with the cold seawater. Molten debris continues to rise from the ocean, slowly becoming the mass of a new rock on which the magma continues to pour from the Earth's mantle. This is how Iceland and Surtsey were formed. On Surtsey, the primary rock type is basalt, which is formed from running lava. Typically, it's a very fine-grained rock. Due to a rapid cooling process, gas bubbles that are often trapped in the basalt, as it often forms tiny air pockets. Just like a sponge, pillow lava is commonly found in Surtsey. This to form a rock developed when molten basalt separates into clumps and rolls. Clumps build up on the ocean floor as the lava cools. These clumps build up on one another and cool down from outside. To the inside gets as a toasted marshmallow does. Today, Canadian scientists were studying basalt samples from Surtsey to find out more about what happened to volcanoes. There are places throughout Surtsey where the ground is still very warm. Gas vapors and steam still rise from the vents. Birds and steam warm rockets and place to roast. The living laboratory. Surtsey is an ideal place to observe the new document how life develops and survives on the barren new land. As a unique living laboratory, the new island of is off limit to visitors. Scientists need this restriction allow the island to evolve without any human interference. The plants were carried to Surtsey as seeds by wind waves and migrating birds. Sea rockets were the first sprouting plants to be observed on the island. Another type of plant gaining ground on the outer slopes of the island is the sea sandwort. This is a tough flowering plant that produces seeds that can't float in salt water for long periods of time. It grows low to the ground and forms thick clumps that are able to withstand gusty winds. Mosses are found in Surtsey craters where there is protection from the wind. The seagrass are found in the base of tall cliffs. Files were the first animal species recorded on the island, followed by seals and seabirds. The seals migrate every spring to the rocky shoreline to feast on fish and the red Surtsey specular lava inhabits. Many species such as gulls, guillemots, bloomer, and puffins. These birds construct nests in cliffs in order to protect their young from strong winds and adverse weather conditions. It is not common to observe thousands of birds at one time. Over 60 species of birds have been recorded on this island. Some are just passing through on their annual migration. Others have chosen to make Surtsey their animal permanent home. Scientists wonder which bird and animal will come next to which will stay and make Surtsey their home. Only time will tell. A shrinking island. Today's Surtsey is a little less than 3 square kilometers in size. Powerful ocean waves and strong southwest winds have eaten away an order of the island. Scientists believe that the weight of the volcano caused some of the land to disappear under the waves. However, these are natural forces add to Surtsey character, forming long stretches of black and sandy beaches, rounded boulders, and dramatic cliffs. At this rate of erosion, scientists calculate that this new island will be visible for another 100 years.